In today's Take a Day, I want to talk about Russell Westbrook and how his breakout game last night didn't mean much for the Lakers' success. Now, before we get into that, though, please like, subscribe, also hit the notification bell, just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. We put out content every day, so you won't miss any content here. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into this. Russell Westbrook nearly had a triple-double last night. And the Lakers got the win. It took them overtime to beat a Spurs team that I thought that they should have beaten in regulation in 4 quarters. Nobody on the Spurs really threatens anybody anymore. This is not the days of San Antonio where they had, Ginobili, Parker, Tim Duncan, and hell, also even Kawhi Leonard, So it's not those days anymore. So the Spurs are really not a threat. I just don't see where DeJounte Murray and players like that are really even, formidable to threaten any other team. But nevertheless, the Lakers found a way to get the W, and Russell Westbrook ended up having 33, 10, and 8. AD had like 35. Hopefully AD's knee injury and everything goes well with that as well. But the biggest picture of the whole situation, in which, watching Westbrook have his first breakout game in LA, something that I think he really wants, something that he really wants to, show himself and prove to everybody that he can play on a high level in, the place he always wanted to play at, which was for the Lakers, in which he's always stated that. So, that's definitely good for Westbrook. That's good for his confidence, and that's good for the team to try to rally around that type of energy to give them a better chance going forward in a lot of games, knowing they have another superstar who can put his talents on display at that level. But the only thing is with the situation, the reason why I say it's not so astounding, it's not such a good thing, and it's not really the best thing that could have happened for the Lakers, in my opinion, is because it didn't happen while LeBron James was on the floor. See, if Russell Westbrook can do that while LeBron is not on the floor, well, that's not equating to a big three. That's almost just equating to him and another superstar, in which he had with Paul George and he had with Kevin Durant. So, in his previous years, and he couldn't get it done with another superstar, but he was always able to get his stats and his numbers, in which you just saw him do last night in the win over the Spurs. Now, seeing that, like I said, is good, but if you can't mimic that while LeBron James is on the floor, the process is all bad. It's all no good, because it's about LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook, not Russell Westbrook and maybe one of the other superstars. It's all three. So when you have 3 superstars on a team like that, all 3 have to learn how to play with each other. And watching Westbrook with LeBron James, the several games I've watched him, there was no chemistry. There was no camaraderie. Now, of course, it's not going to be no chemistry, no camaraderie this early, them playing with each other for the first time and everything like that. So you have to wait. It's a process, and I do understand that. But, a lot of times there's no chemistry between a lot of players. But, you could see the ability of the team coming together, and you could just see how they might actually intertwine or fit. Like when you look at the Nets, I could see how James Harden can fit with Kevin Durant's game, even though they haven't played that many games together. But the few games they did play together, when both of them were healthy, along with Kyrie when he was there, they did have a fit. They did play all the same. It's almost like they all were on the same page. They all, kind of do the same thing, to a degree. James Harden could shoot. He can handle the ball maybe a little better than KD, but KD can shoot better than Harden. And Kyrie has a better handle than all the other 2 superstars, but, they're better scorers than he is. So, it's like all of them would feed off of one another, just because all of them have, levels of talent that feed off each other's energy. And this is what I'm saying, with Westbrook along with LeBron James in the lineup, it just doesn't look like the fit would ever really go together, because Westbrook likes to take off and, play downhill, fast-paced basketball, one end of the floor to the other. And LeBron James is more like half-court basketball player right now in his career, more so than he's ever been, just because he's older. And, of course, he's more mature, and he sees the game from a different level than Russell Westbrook does. So unless Russell Westbrook can find a way to implement what he did last night while LeBron James is on the floor, and they're playing together with that type of intensity, and, LA looks like Showtime again, well, it doesn't really matter. It's all for nothing. It's almost like empty calories. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a good win for the Lakers because they needed it, but it's a flawed win to a degree, because all 3 of them were on the floor to get more chemistry, because that's what it's all about. It's all about getting more chemistry and collecting W's, piling up W's as much as you can. But it's all about getting, collecting, W's, but mainly it's about getting the chemistry going, because you're going to need that when you go into a playoff series, 7-game series. Everybody's going to have to know their role, and everybody's going to have to play it to a high level, and the superstars are going to have to do their thing, and all of them going to have to be able to put up their numbers in game while they're healthy on the floor together. And that's what it's all about. So who knows how long LeBron will be out, AD or whoever, but if Russell Westbrook continues to play like this without LeBron, and don't mimic it while LeBron or when LeBron comes back, well, it's really all for nothing, because it's not a fit and it will just fall to the ground. But hey, that's my take on the situation. Leave any comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and we can always discuss it in the comment section. And hey, Cali out.